Behind every factory's hum and every city's glow lies a story of black gold flowing through unseen channels. But how did Iran become the unshakable backbone of China's energy empire? And what secret deals and geopolitical gambles keep this lifeline alive? This isn't just about oil. It's about power, survival, and the shifting balance of the world.
To create this animation, you need one more plugin with GeoLayer, which is Video Copilot Orb, which is free and easy to use plugin. Now let's start a new project. Come to GeoLayer, go deep inside for sample project Globe, which we are going to alter. After selecting, two more options appear. For 1920 by 1080, we select VC Orb. Once this project download, first come first, we clean out this project according to our need. Initially, we remove the stars from background by disable or delete BG stars from timeline. Then select VC Orb and go to its properties. Disable the core shine and fad shine. But this is what we need. If you like both, then keep them enabled. Alright, let's start by heading over to the 01 texture tab. Here, we are going to add an adjustment layer and apply the tint effect. This will transform the map's appearance to a near black and white style. Now, we will remove Iran and Germany from the timeline to clean up the composition. Next, let's jump over to the Texture Spherical tab. We will unlock the 01 texture layer in the timeline. Then open up the GeoLayer preferences from here. We will change the source map from 00 controller to 01 texture. Now this step is super important. This setting basically controls how the entire map animation works. Any changes we make here in the 01 texture layer will directly affect our final output. Alright, moving on to Color Palette box. We will click to open more options and make sure the Inside Mapcom checkbox is turned on. This needs to be enabled for everything work properly. After doing all these settings, we will search for Iran and China one by one and add them to our browser list. Next, we draw them in our work area using draw features. Replace Iran color to blue and China to red. Now align the tinted adjustment layer beneath these Iran and China layer for color visibility. But remember, both Iran and China timeline should appear in 01 texture tab. To make the Iran and China map look more visually appealing, first select Iran and apply the gradient ramp effect. Now, pick a deep shade and a lighter shade of the same color. Choose the tones that best match your design. Next, use the gradient ramps controllers to fine-tune the transition between these colors until you get the look you want. Once you're happy with the gradient, change the blending mode to multiply to give the map a richer, more integrated appearance. Apply the same whole process with China. Then, come to VC Orb tab and delete the Berlin and Tehran from timeline. Now, go down and select 00 Control Timeline and press U to show his keyframes. Select all pointers and delete them all. Next, select Render tab for some more settings, but these are not necessary. You can skip this step. Select VC Orb here and go to its setting. Disable or delete 4-color gradient and check its overall effect on output. Also, if you like to remove the attribution, you can delete this attribution timeline from work area. Alright, now let's switch back to the VC Orb tab. This time, our focus is on controlling the overall rotation of the globe. Here's the most important part. You need to make sure you're using the correct map controller for this rotation. That's the 00 control. So, go into your GeoLayer preferences and select 00 control as your map controller. Once that's set, we're ready to rotate the globe. To begin the rotation, simply press here to enable keyframing the rotation and zooming property. Now move forward the cursor to 4 seconds and change the value of latitude, longitude, and zoom as per your need, or follow our values. If you're satisfied with the globe's rotation and movement, let's move on to the next step. Go to the 01 Texture tab. But before making any changes, check the GeoLayer preferences to ensure the control map is set to 01 Texture. This is important for accurate placement. Now, let's add the Iran and China flag logos to our work area. For Iran, insert the flag logo PNG file, then apply the fill effect and change the color to white. Parent this layer to the map pivot, just like China and Iran layers have. Carefully position the Iran flag logo so it fits neatly within the Iran map area. Additionally, you can apply drop shadow effect to enhance the look. Next, we'll add stars to the China map. Follow the exact same process you used for Iran. Insert, parent, resize, and adjust until everything aligns perfectly. Now, let's move to the next step, creating the oil supply route. Add a new shape layer and rename it to Oil Supply. Select the pen tool, make sure the fill is turned off, and change the stroke color to yellow or orange for visibility. On this oil supply layer, draw the route from Iran to China using the pen tool. Once the route is drawn, open the Oil Supply Layer drop-down menu and navigate to Content, Stroke, Taper. Adjust the start length value so the route's starting point has a sharper, cleaner edge. Apply a deep glow effect to make the route stand out. Next, let's prepare multiple path variations. Go back to the Oil Supply Layer menu, open Content, Shape, and duplicate the shape 3 times using Ctrl-D. Now you should have 4 shape paths. Work on each shape path individually. For better visibility, disable all shape paths except the one you are editing. For Shape 2 and the rest, open the Path property and adjust the position of the final node to create slight variations. Repeat for all 3 additional shapes. Once done, re-enable all shapes to see the complete layered route. Finally, to animate the route, add a trim path to control all shapes together. Position the playhead where you want the animation to start. Enable keyframing by clicking the stopwatch next to end. Sorry we pressed this on 100%, but don't worry. Move this mark forward to 5 seconds and write 0 to start from here. Play back to review the animation before proceeding to the next step. Alright, moving on. Make a copy of the oil supply layer by pressing Ctrl-D. Rename the duplicate to oil supply chain. Next, disable the original oil supply layer so we have better visibility while working. Our goal is to convert these lines into a dotted format. Step 1. Go to Content and Shapes layer. Step 2. Select Shape 1, then go to Stroke. Step 3. Scroll down until you see the Dashes option. Click the plus button twice, once for a dash and once for a gap. The default dash size works fine for me, but I'll increase the gap size to 80. Now, adjust the stroke color to a slightly darker shade, so it's easier to differentiate. You can do this easily here or from here, in the color picker. Also, increase the stroke width to 10. At this stage, you might not see much difference. That's because other layers are blocking the effect. Disable those layers, and now you'll see the dotted effect clearly. Next, change the line cap to round cap to get smoother, circular dots. Remember, you can adjust the dash and gap sizes to match your design needs. To animate the dots, we'll work with the offset property. First, make sure your playhead is at the start of the timeline, exactly where your trim path starts. Now, move the playhead forward to 16 seconds and set the offset value to -880. This number controls the speed of the animation. If it feels right, keep it. If not, adjust it until you're happy with the motion. Before going further, check the speed or animations of dots. Copy stroke 1 using Ctrl+C. Now paste these stroke settings to the other shapes, one at a time. Important, every time you paste, make sure your playhead is at the same starting position as the trim path keyframe. For example, let's take Shape 2, enable it, check how it looks originally, then paste the stroke values. You will see it instantly transform into dotted style. Now undo this step and come to the correct starting position of trim path, like we explained you earlier, and paste the value of copy stroke on every shape layer by selecting the shape strokes only. Once applied to all shapes, 2, 3, 4, all your shape layers will be transformed to dotted lines. Now, when we enable the oil supply layer as well, both layers will look like this. Now, see the final output. We hope you found this video useful, and if so, give us a thumbs up. And if you have any queries regarding map animations, visual effects, and video editing, you can always reach out to us at the contacts below.